Hi guys, what's going on? What are you saying? Welcome back to my channel. I am Serene, and today's video is a review of Married at First Sight UK 2022. Now, obviously, this will be my first time reviewing Married at First Sight UK, and I like to put in little graphics here and there, pictures of the couples and stuff like that. It's gonna prove to be a bit more difficult than reviewing that one for the US, but let's see how it goes. This is obviously for mainly my UK audience, and let's have a conversation. They do their stuff a bit different. It doesn't run for as long as that in the US. They post episodes Monday through Thursday, and they definitely have more couples. It also follows the trend of what happens in Australia. So I think at the end of each week or something like that, they then have a decision if you want to continue or do you want to leave the experiment. They also have 3 experts. One expert, she's from Australia, do not know her name. And then we have the guy from the US who does the reunions. And then we have the sex therapist who is from Britain. What else? I think that might be it. I think it runs for 8 weeks in the UK. Oh, and the couples don't all honeymoon in the same spot or the same villa or country. So I think that's it. So we're gonna talk about, so far we've had 6 couples that have been married. 4 of them have gone on their honeymoon. So we're going to discuss briefly each couple. So guys, the first couple we had to be married was Shanita and Jordan. I'm going to try my best to have pictures here so you guys know. So this is, we'll see how we get this done. You know what Shanita and Jordan looks like. I'm going to put their pictures here. Shanita and Jordan. Shanita is mixed race. From Derby. I probably shouldn't say where people are from because I don't have that written down. I'm literally going off of memory, so there will be people that I forget. So let's just forget about that. But she is from Derby. So Shanita is mixed race. She had a turbulent relationship with her mom as she grew up, but they've now come and, mended their relationship back together. Jordan grew up in a single parent household with his mother, and I think she also fosters kids. So they were matched. Actually, I don't know why they were matched. I think they were matched because they do have that longing for that family closeness based on their upbringing, like single parenthood and la-di-da, right? So, so yes, they have that. She looked beautiful. In her wedding dress. I remember that for sure. And they really make a really nice couple. Now, there was nothing bad or good about their wedding. It wasn't like extremely spectacular, nor was it boring. It was just a genuinely happy and normal wedding day. They ended up going to Mauritius for their honeymoon, and honestly, this seems to be the only couple that from the offset, they seem to be matched and paired well. They seem happy. They seem open to the experiment. They seem like they're willing to work on their relationship. This couple so far is winning. Then we go to Whitney and Duka. Whitney is a black girl who lost her mom, I think, when she was in her late teens, probably early 20s. And that seemed to haunt her still, which I could imagine like it would, she is still dealing with the loss of her mom and stuff like that. And then we have Duka, and he's from somewhere in Europe. For some reason, I want to believe it's an Eastern European country. I cannot remember what country, but I think it's Eastern European. And he came here when he was 10 with his mom and dad, and his mom and dad has been married for years, and that's what he wants, right? Okay. Whitney don't got no manners. That is all. Whitney has no manners. She is rude. And as much as she's well spoken, i.e., she uses the English language correctly, she speaks like this. I don't know. And it is so infuriating because her attitude stinks. Now, she is in the car with her auntie, I think it is. And they're pulling up to the wedding and she's just like, oh, I don't even know if I want to do this. And we get that. I expect that if you're going to marry a stranger, you are going to have nerves. We get to the church. She gets in the church. She walks down the aisle. And Duka is in confessional saying, oh, she's beautiful. No, I have an issue with this pairing. As someone that is in an interracial relationship, I think it is very important. And living on this side of the world, in Europe, in England, we need to face the reality of what that really looks like. The population of the UK is really small in comparison to the US. If they did something like this in the US, I really want to back to Ireland. I feel like as much as the world makes it seem like over there is so, the interracial relationships is like so like a taboo thing, I think people on that side of the world are a bit more open and but then also a bit more truthful. Whereas here, you never really know. You don't really know. And as a result, you have to be so careful when you decide to pair a black woman with a white man, or a white man, black woman with a white man, or a black man with a white woman. But then also, when it comes to pairing a dark-skinned black woman with a white man, we have to think about so many layers about, she's dark, is he gonna find her attractive? Even if he dates black women, is that the type of black woman that he would want to date? And then we have to discuss their families. I was at work and I had a conversation with some of my coworkers about a certain somebody, not at work, but a certain somebody that they know, and how their interracial relationship worked, and what meeting that person's grandparents was like. And the reality of that is, it was mad. And it's mad because, people there are lots of people that are still very guarded and, have really bad perceptions of black people in their head. And, certain things are still accepted in certain places, and that is a mentality. So I feel like, it's always techie to be pairing black and white people together, when, especially in terms of it being married at first sight, because at the end of the day, we need to be sure that we are welcomed from both sides. You can't just put them together. I did not know why they did that, but you can't just put them together. You need to be sure that this family is open to this family is open to that family, because you don't want them rocking in. Because if this is successful, people have kids, and these kids, whether mixed race or not, are still considered black to the Republic. And we need to be sure that, all of these things are squared off. And I know people will be like, oh, wait. No, that's the reality. The reality is you have to be sure that everything is good. Because you can marry a bad person and marry into a good family, but you can't marry a good person and marry into a bad family. And this is what people don't understand. But anywho, he thought she was beautiful, which was good. When he said that, I was like, okay, we're getting somewhere, Then the girl opened her mouth. And when she opened her mouth, I remember thinking to myself, no, obviously I moved to the UK from the Caribbean. And when I came here, black men used to be like, oh, black girls have attitudes. And I used to be like, well, what kind of attitude can they be having that would make black men feel like it's okay for them to use that as an excuse not to date black women? Well, boy, oh boy, did I see the attitude. Did I see the attitude? The girl came up, she didn't compliment him. She wanted a guy with a bed. She said, well, he had a bed, but the bed had a patch. I swear, that's one of the few things that stuck with me. And I was like, girl, get the guy some bed oil, massage that bed, give him some loving. That patch will grow in. Like, are we really out here ignoring people because their bed has a patch? A patch. I didn't even see the patch. So obviously the patch wasn't that big. Or it wasn't that visible. Okay, cool. Then we're having our vows, exchanging their vows. And in the middle of her vows, she's using air quotation marks around the word love. And, and I'm just like, yo, this cannot be your best behavior. Like, how do you not come in wanting to impress this guy, also impress his family? His family is there, and his dad is just sat there. His dad was not impressed. He wasn't happy. He said that, my son came in with open to this and whatnot. And this girl, basically, she's rude, and she is rude. Like, I've been watching Married at First Sight for a while. I have never, well, not the UK one at least, but I've been watching Married at First Sight US and a few seasons from Australia, but I've never seen such a rude vow session before. Never. And it's sad. It's so sad. And they ended up in South Africa. Did they go to South Africa? Yes, they went to South Africa for their honeymoon. Duka is in confessional saying, like, she has some walls, but he's willing to walk on it. And I'm like, he's willing to walk on it, and this girl is just full of herself, honestly. They went on a safari ride, and she lost her wedding ring. So he said to her, oh, would you be open to replacing it? We could always get you a new one, which I thought was really good. This girl was just like, yeah, no, I don't think that's necessary. But then, in the same breath, utters that he should keep his on. And I'm just like, I want it. Girl, who are you? Like, why is this your behavior? But at the same time, she's saying that Duka says things off camera that makes him look really nice. So I don't know what to believe, but she is genuinely coming across as the villain. And I don't understand why this is how she wants to portray herself. I am so confused. I don't know why. But you know what? Okay. There's more left to be seen, because I intend to do like a weekly synopsis of the episodes that happen Monday to Thursday, so that we could, have a conversation. And I wish people across the world were able to see the UK's version of Married at First Sight, so that, you could really have a conversation about it in the comment section. But child, I don't know. I don't know how I can even get you guys to see the content, but cool. Then we have Thomas and Adrian. Okay, so this is a gay couple. They're both from, oh God, Jesus, Liverpool, Yorkshire, I don't know, somewhere up north. Which one do I like? I really, really, really love Adrian. Thomas is a bit over the top, but something about their relationship, I don't know if they're gonna work either, because they're arguing already. They went to Mexico on their honeymoon. Oh, actually, before the honeymoon, Adrian has a friend, the bridesmaid. She looked like she co-wrote 21 Questions by 50 Cent with 50 Cent, because the way she was interrogating Thomas, I did not appreciate that. You are bridesmaid, be in the space of a bridesmaid. Now I know this is her friend, but she was asking, how old are you? Where do you walk? How tall are you? She didn't ask how tall he is, but it was just so many questions. Do you want kids? How many? Which sex? Like, it was so much, and it was really overbearing. And I was just like, what is wrong with you? To the point where Thomas's mom was just like, does she work for E4? It really sounded like she was giving an interview at the moment. And I was like, girl, calm down. Like, let him and Adrian have that conversation together with each other. Anyways, we get to their honeymoon, and Thomas is doing all the talking. And I don't think he realized he just wasn't giving Adrian time to respond. Or at least that's the way it came across on camera. Adrian didn't seem like he had a space to fit words in. So he's just sat there. He's just sat there listening to Thomas ramble on. But then Thomas is like, yeah, but you're not engaging in conversation. And I'm like, that's because you don't have time to engage. Like, you're just doing all the talking, going full speed ahead. But I think, they had a bit of a squabble. And I'm hoping that they've kind of rectified rectified it and kind of understood that, the both of us, we want this. We just need to work on it and understand each other. So I'm hoping that they've rectified it. But we'll see. Because I don't know. We'll see when we see this week's episodes come up if they've rectified it. But I don't know yet. Then we have April and George. Yo. So George has an army. He has 4 kids. He's been married before, 4 kids. April was Miss Great Britain 2020. And his dad was the one that pointed it out to him. I was like, Pop, how do you know that? But anyways, she's beautiful. He's good looking for his age. I think he's 40. He's good looking for his age. They're down on the aisle. They're talking. And when his dad pointed out that she was Miss Great Britain 2020, I thought, I was just like, if Miss Great Britain 2020 cannot find a spouse without going and married at first sight, the rest of us, we're lost. It is impossible. It is impossible because, first of all, she didn't need to be a married at first sight. She should have enough money along with sponsorships. I don't actually know how it works in the UK, but she should have enough money along with sponsorships to hire a matchmaker that is going to match her with people on her level. Not her swimming among the masses at Married at First Sight UK. I was so confused. So confused. But anyways, that's what she is. And she is talking about, when she has her conversation with, what's his name, child? George. I don't know if I said her name was April and his name is George. She is saying that she's one of those people, she comes in, she pulls away, she comes in. And George seems to be somebody that's very emotional or sensitive. I think that's what I would like to say. He seems sensitive. So she's saying that he is just like, he doesn't know if he should be pouring out himself, And I'm just like, it's 48 hours. Give it time, give it just time for them to like get into the groove of things. As long as she remains open to it, I think there's time. You guys are older, so you should be able to have these conversations because you know what you want. But I remember when he said he had 4 kids, I was just like, you better tell that lady you got kids because she ain't got none and she don't want none. And I was like, when you don't want kids and you meet someone that has kids and they decide to have they have so much, I find it to be interesting how people maneuver stuff like that. But then she was fine. But she did something that I thought was silly. She was like, oh, well, since you have 3 daughters and a son, you might know how to treat a woman. And I'm like, girl, who have you been dating? You are Miss Great Britain 2020. Who have you been dating that they are unable to treat you good as a woman? No, everybody that you date is not supposed to be a bad person. Sometimes you're just non-compatible. And I'm expecting her to be not treated badly, like, oh, you don't know how to treat me as a woman, but just be with people that she's probably just not compatible with. But the way she speaks is as if she's being dogged out. And I'm just like, who is dogging you out, Miss Great Britain 2020? Like, I am so confused. But anywho's, it looks like they're out drinking. They met some people in Jamaica because they were in Jamaica, like I said. And he comes on screen the next morning in one of the scenes saying, oh, he's been cheated on. And look, me vexed for the man. Me take up the man crosses. I am upset, ready to, go to the state with pitchforks for April because I'm just like, how dare she? How dare she go and cheat? I was just like, she found some Jerome or Junior in Jamaica to go and cheat on George with. Y'all, the next scene is her coming to his door, rap on the door with a bottle of champagne talking about peace offering. I said, but how the hell Coochie and how is Coochie and champagne equivalent? What do you mean you cheat on a man after he doesn't say you cheat on a man and then you can bring a bottle of champagne? How that gonna make it better? Y'all, while I was in here vex, the woman come, oh, but like I only kissed her in the hot tub. Y'all, this man had me vexed because the girl was playing a truth or dare game and kissed a woman. I was so vexed. Now I know. I understand. She is supposed to be kissing nobody because this is his wife. But when the libation be libationing and the rare nephews be rare nephewing, and she's in a hot tub in Jamaica and the exotic be exoticing. So why are you so far away from your woman that she has time to be kissing another girl? And two, how you know she only 72 hours and you ain't kissed the other girl too? Y'all should have just kissed each other. I know I am encouraging badness, but they should have just kissed each other. Because, sir, why why you mad though? Like, I was so confused. I remember I kissed my teeth because I was just like, this dude got me thinking she found one Jamaican guy in Jamaica to go and cheat on him with. The girl kiss a woman in a hot tub. I was just like, dude, you are 40. You are 40. Please act your age. Like, it's not that. I didn't think it was that serious. I really don't think it's that serious. But he was mad. So, so I guess we just looking at it all differently. Then we have Laura and Richie. These two last couples have not gone on their honeymoon yet. They were in the last episode. So they'll be going on their honeymoon in Monday's episode. So we have Laura and Richie. Laura said that she was married twice before. Her first husband was well off. And she lived a very comfortable life. She signed a prenup before she got married. And signed a prenup saying that if it was to dissolve, she would have no money. And I'm like, I'll be damned. I will be damned if I am signing a prenup that literally states if the marriage dissolves, I'll have nothing. Nothing. So what? Marry you for fun? Yo, excuse me. Like, I don't know why people are afraid of prenups. Prenups are contractual agreements. You have something you want or you would like to put in the contract. I have something I would like to put in the contract. And then we agree on what goes into the contract. It's not just about money. It's not just about all those things. But child, she said she was willing to walk away with anything. But like, I know the story has more story behind it, but she didn't have to tell us, so it's fine. She has 2 sons. And then we have Richie, who is I don't know what he is, but he plays a guitar. He looks Richie had need to cut his hair or wash it or something. It looked really greasy on the wedding day. It looked greasy in the previews, not in the previews, child, when we were following him and his life, and it looked greasy on the wedding day. And Laura asked for a man with a full head of hair. Well, Richie has a full head of hair. Now, is it clean hair? We don't know. But he has hair. So she comes on the island. She's like, oh, he's not somebody I would have gone for if I was on the street. But he has hair. And I was just like, y'all, this season of Married at First Sight UK is taking me out. Last season was a bit more, it was like the young thing them, the influencers. They were all, no, we have a good mix of interesting folks on this season. But, they got married, she likes the fact that he's a musician. He's a musician. He used to play in a band. And he wrote her a song. And that's cute. Then Laura's son walked up to him and was like, hi, are you my stepfather now? I was like, am I watching satire? I was dying with laughter. I couldn't contain myself. I was just like, what is this? But we'll see what happened to them. We don't know where they're going on their honeymoon yet. So we'll see. And I'll obviously come back and let you guys know. Then further on in the episode, we have another wedding. Now, this is the one that made me decide, you know what? I'm going to actually be doing weekly reports on Married at First Sight UK. We have Laura and we have PJ, I think it is. Now, I'm going to tell you what these people do for a living because I find this to be very important. Firstly, Laura is a white girl. PJ is a black man. Okay? Obviously, please apply the same logic I had with interracial datings and Married at First Sight type pairings as I did when I spoke about Whitney and Duka. Because like I said, interracial relationships, we need to be sure families are okay. I don't care when people, I think it's irrelevant whether they said we're open to it on paper or not, because them being open to it does have nothing to do with whether or not their family is here for that type of relationship, you know? So please apply the same logic. Now let's get to jobs. Now, if you have ever seen any of my videos, I was doing a dating series a while ago, talking about what people, talking about the stuff that I be looking for, or what you should be avoiding. And, you know, I talk about money, and I talk about jobs, and I talk about ambition and stuff like that. Okay. Laura is a dental hygienist. Yeah. No, I don't know if that's different to a dentist, but come on, yo, she be in your mouth doing stuff, right? So she's a dental hygienist. She is ambitious. She wanted someone that was ambitious, you know, and you could tell she is ambitious, someone that has drive and so forth, you know, a typical 21st century woman. Lord Jesus. PJ PJ, long and short, is a stripper. No, he says performer, he says dancer, but he's a stripper. And he revealed that he's the one at the end of the show that pulls off his clothes and his dangalang be dangalanging. Okay, cool. No, I know love is not about jobs. Love is not about money. Love is not about those type of things. You can really love anybody. No. While you could love anybody, you could choose who you really want to love. I would like to know, when the experts thought about putting these two people together, what did they think about? Laura wants someone that is faithful. Oh, because not Laura, child. Jess wants someone that is faithful because Jess, last relationship, her ex-boyfriend was sleeping with her father's ex-wife. That's how the story go. She says she was upstairs and she come downstairs and she caught her ex-boyfriend sleeping with her father's ex-wife. Yo, mix up again. That is one hell of a mix-up story. So she wants someone that is faithful and someone that is loyal and someone that is kind. Yeah. What the experts did was translate that into a stripper that they thought was loyal and faithful and kind. No. While the stripper, PJ, might be that, we don't have no loyal, faithful, and kind doctors, no loyal, faithful, and kind truck drivers, no loyal, faithful, and kind lawyers, no loyal, faithful, and kind firefighters, no loyal, faithful, and kind regular people. This girl saw her boyfriend having sex with her father's ex-wife. And you think bringing a stripper is the right person for her? All because the both of them like Harry Potter? Because they like Harry Potter. When did Harry Potter ever keep a relationship together? And why are we acting like kind and loyalty is one hard to find commodity? It is not. You could have found anyone. That ain't the worst part. So when she figures that out or finds out what he does, because when she told him, he was like, oh, so what do you do for work? She was just like, I'm a dental hygienist. The shock that was on his face, it's almost like he knew, yo, when I tell her what I do, she is going to run for the hills. And I was like, as she should, because if it was me, at the foot of the altar, I would be leaving you. What you mean you're a stripper? I'm so sorry. Y'all unplug me, unmic me, send me home. What's the fine? I'm paying it because I go home, go lie down on my bed. Go back and bumble and swipe left and right because, excuse me. So now she is having a mental breakdown on the outside, crying because she's like, oh, I don't want to be here. So he's inside just waiting for her to come in. And you could tell that we're waiting for her. And she not coming. Her mom goes off. Her mom is like, what's wrong? She tells her mom that he's a stripper. Yo, the mommy bear came out. And I was so glad. I was like, yes, miss. You need to go and interrogate this guy. Because what is that? Then she follows it up and said, he's a stripper that lives at home with his mom. Jesus, take me away. He lives at home with his mom? Excuse me? Let me tell you what mommy did. Her mom went in to the dinner table and start to ask this man 21 questions. Again, another co-writer in 21 Questions by 50 Cent. Mom asked him everything. She said, in 5 years, what do you want to do with your time? Peter's response is, and this is how I know he shouldn't have been on the show and he's not ready for marriage. I know that this is not a long time dream of mine. You know, it's not a long time thing that I can do. Okay, so we know that. What you going to do? Because he still don't have the answer. He's like, oh, maybe I'll go into the entertainment industry. Dude, do you got a pension? We are too old to be having these type of airheaded conversations. Do you have a pension? What is your security like? Mommy is just like, and when I say mommy, I mean her mom. Her mom is like, how do I know you're going to be able to take care of my daughter? That is the questions that we need to have. These are the questions that need to be had when you're pairing these people together. Because the reality is, no matter how independent and strong every woman is, she's still the one that gets pregnant if they want kids. She's still the one that's out of a job if she wants kids. How is going to keep the bills on the table? The bills on the table, chat. How is going to keep the bills paid and food on the table while she nurses his kid? While she takes care of the home? Those are still fundamental things that happen. Like, we cannot escape it. So him stripping is an indication of nothing. Him having no future drive or ambition or path is an indication of him he should not be on this show. And then we're talking about he live with his mom. We know his mom is not charging him rent. Dude, we don't know if he's able to pay bills. We do not know if he is capable of paying bills. We don't know. And for me, it's the fact that he goes onto the show, and I know that the vetting for this show is not a 2-week process. It's probably a good maybe 3 to 6 months. You know you're going on the show. Why would you come on this show, tell someone you're a stripper, and then still couple it with the fact that I live with my mom? So after you're married to this woman, you're supposed to take her to your high school bedroom? Dude, what? So she now then decides, he is kind. Oh, and he has a son. Another thing. And she has no kids. So he has a son as well, Which I think she was less bothered about. I think it was more the job, and now he lives with his mom, Now, he could be living with his mom to save bills, to save money, to buy a house, all that jazz. But no. He ended up living with his mom after he broke up with his last partner. So is it that he cannot pay bills by himself? Yo, there's so many things that are going through my head that I'm just like, he should not have been on that show. That's not the show for him. He was not ready. And we shall see what happens. But she's like, I made a judgment. I judged him about his job. And, he is kind. And he seems like really sweet. Girl, candy is sweet. The hell, sugar is sweet. Juice is sweet. We do not care if he's sweet. It's irrelevant. It is irrelevant if he's sweet. But I'm more vexed than she is. And that's not my cross to bear. But I will see you guys in my next video. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Y'all, comment in the comment section. Let's have a discussion on Married at First Sight UK. Because I'm definitely going to be doing this week by week. Because I have a lot to say. Because I really don't understand what's going on at the moment. Especially with the Great Britain 2020 chick and the stripper guy. As in their relationship, should I say. So, and then Whitney and Duka, because we need to really unpack why this girl is so rude. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos like this. Bye.